Hello everyone and welcome to the quarterfinals of VBL-S. I am your host, Mancini the Amazing. Let me put this on the screen. I may have just had a very brief recording and then I realized I didn't have any snacks with me. As I've been pressured by the doctor himself, who should have been in the last video that went up. I have got a carrot, an apple, a pear, and some lime cordial flavored water. So that's the status quo right now. I'm very nervous for this matchup. It is it's terrifying. My opponent has a very hard trick room team, and I have a bad matchup into trick room, so that's very interesting. That said, I do have different options and adds and oodles and caboodles and what have you. I don't... Clearly I should get started with my carrot because my nerves are flaring way up right now. Yeah, their team, pretty terrifying. I'm not funny highlight man, so I don't know that I should be highlighting things. Moal is scary, Hitmontop is scary, Porygon 2, Slowbro and Reuniclus are the trick room setters I expect, by which I mean I don't expect Slowpoke. I think only one of these two are coming, but it's very possible both will come. The team I brought is actually really not great into both of them coming, but fine into either of them, maybe. Yeah, Eldegoss, Lurantis, Strat could potentially come, though I don't know. But it is theoretically an option. Sandslash, I'm not anticipating coming just because they haven't brought it, I believe, all season, or perhaps they brought it once. I don't believe so though, or it might have come in the one game. They didn't have replays off. I have watched all of their replays. I took notes on all of the replays. This is a matchup I'm very anxious about, and it's a big point in terms of me proceeding. So yeah, Psychic is not a type I have a bad matchup into because I have these Pokemon normally. I'm speaking defensively in this situation. However, none of these three are on the current team pace I have, which is sort of terrifying. I also have Magmar, who is pretty good special defense, obviously a worse matchup than Slowbro, but it can take Psychics. Okay, that's also not on the team. Instead, I've got a fairly offensive set of answers to this team. This is the Surf Edge team. Choice Band Close Combat should KO most Porygons. If they are max defense, I can go with Meteor Assault, which is Surf Edge's signature move. I can take the advantage of the Thunderous and Lycanroc video I did with a friend of the channel, Sora, to remember that Quick Guard is a move. I have Quick Guard to help me not get faked out. So Surf Edge, it's also got decent odds on KOing non-Mental Herb Reuniclus, and I can theoretically taunt a Reuniclus in an alternative situation. Scrappy means that it is not affected by Intimidate, which I honestly forgot for most of this season. It's got bulk here, so that at -1 it should still live a close combat from full from Hitmontop. First Impression is an option to get Mons at a Trick Room. Accelerock is also an option to get Mons at a Trick Room. If they have a set of leads which does not involve Hitmontop, then I don't need Quick Guard as much, and Crunch and Close Combat become very important. Accelerock also lets me pick off on the subsequent turn if they have Slowbro and is physically defensive, so it lives knockoff. Then I can Accelerock to hopefully pick it off very reliably with Reuniclus. It also works if I have close combat at the Porygon 2 and it has just survived. Also notice they have not run Tri-Attack on Porygon 2 much, and I believe they only ran Ice Beam once or twice. I'm hoping they bring a similar Thunderbolt Shadow Ball set. If that does happen, then imprisoning Shadow Ball is pretty good, because it means that they will likely not be able to do significant amounts of damage to my mostly physically defensive Pumpkaboo, which will hopefully then be Wispy. Rabombi is actually very, very offensively powerful, into Reuniclus and Slowbro, and it's okay into the rest of the team. So, Thunderous has this special attack spread with this nature and this item, so that it can OHKO a 4 speed F max HP Slowbro. If they are more bulk than that, I think I can still KO more than that by a little bit. And with Eerie Impulse, a Porygon 2 that doesn't have a download boost should not be able to break my sub. I guess Analytic as well. It needs to not have one of its 2 ability boosts to special attack. With this bulk, it should not be able to break a sub at -2. Unless it's the last one moving in a turn, in which case it will have Analytic, which I hadn't thought about at the time I was building this. I am very on edge. It's also two of them means that you'd never get the sub broken by Reuniclus, but at -2 Reuniclus can still break the sub depending on a lot of different things, including if it's special, if it's running Psyshock. Special defenses, I believe, tell me take a Thunderbolt. It's been a while since I looked. After an Intimidate, like I live a neutral, non-life orb or stronger boosting item, high horsepower. So if they're White Herb, I live a high horsepower. I also have the ability to pivot around, obviously. A lot of it's about either stalling out or preventing Trick Room and then KOing them, because their team does not take my hits super well. They have 1 Ghost Resist. Porygon 2. Let's get a drink of water. I'm all nerves today. Had a like a joint birthday thing. It was like a late thing for my aunt's birthday and an early thing for my birthday earlier today, and I'm a bit emotionally fraught. My parents are overseas, so it was we didn't really have them to help take the edge off, and I think it was good, but it definitely stressed me probably more than it should. Okay, I'm going to challenge my opponent, and I just this is something of the most professional thing I've had. I've been really panicked about this series. I think my opponent has a very good draft and it has a very strong matchup here. That's not, sorry. I think my opponent has a very, like, optimized draft, specifically for the Trick Room variant. Electabuzz could come, but I don't think it's particularly strong. Obviously I can Eerie Impulse it. It's a lot less intimidating than Electivire on the physical side, and not that intimidating on the special side either. I was recommended Magmar over Quillfish, and I just realized I hadn't told them why I didn't make that decision. It's because Pumpkaboo is using the Eviolite, and I don't like Magmar without Eviolite here. Because it needs to take... like, it mitigates the usefulness of Quillfish, and also... it mitigates the usefulness of Quillfish, and it also... yeah, like it's kind of redundant with Quillfish, but it also means that I'm pressuring Eviolite off of Pumpkaboo, which I don't love the idea of doing, because it appreciates it as much as it can. Electabuzz did come. You too, friend. I believe I ran speed for it on both of these Pokemon, because it is 172 max. I did not run speed for it on Thunderous. I don't disagree with that decision. I needed all those EVs where they are. Okay, both setters came. Morwile did not come. I am going to default to the Lycanroc and Surfetch lead. I should look more into Electabuzz, so they can Quick Guard if they leave him on top, and they should be able to KO Reuniclus if it is not Colbur, Slowbro if it is not max defense. Oh, sorry, if it's like specially defensive or neutrally defensive. Porygon 2 always. I can always double up their Trick Room setters if they do not lead Hitmontop, and I am not forced to click Quick Guard. Sorry, the reason that I'm not big on leading Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo's got speed for like uninvested Hitmontop without minus speed EVs, because I really want the ability to be able to mitigate its damage output. So like this is a theoretical lead option. I think its Thunderous has to come. It's got sub. It's sub and protect allows me to stall out Trick Room. At one point I had leftovers, but I needed the magnet damage into Slowbro. And I think I will go Red Bombi last. Okay. This is the worst possible lead matchup for me. They are in fact Technician Hitmontop. We'll see if that was the correct decision or not. Yeah, max defense Slowbro is terrifying. I'm never threatening an Oko. Yeah, even into this. But I can always pick it off with Accelerock after. I really want to Quick Guard and knock off the Slowbro. If they're physically defensive, then the Accelerock won't pick up. But it's still important information to have. I want to know what their item is. Pretty importantly. Okay, I didn't expect them to. Okay. I want to Accelerock and knock the Hitmontop slot. I want to know what Hitmontop's item is. I expect it to be AV, but if it is not AV, that allows me to lead Red Bombi a lot more safely. Okay, okay. That's interesting. It's a good play from them. I want to Quick Guard and knock the Slowbro slot. Do I? Or do I want to switch? My Surfetched, is it any O-code by a Slowbro Psychic? I imagine yes. It is. There's no way it's not max attack with the boosting item. Okay. I assume Red Bombi lives? It does. I kind of want to bring Thunderous in this slot. And then Red Bombi in the other slot. I assume they Mark Punch that slot again. Okay, they do. And do they Psychic this slot? They go for... Okay, that's interesting. I want to Moonblast the Hitmontop and protect the Thunderous, but I'm not sure if that makes sense. Alternatively, I can protect Thunderous and switch in Daystorm, Surfetched. So I threaten First Impression into Slowbro. And I don't imagine. I think they're gonna Scald. They could Flamethrower. Okay, so revealing Slack Off tells me a lot, right? The Mono Psychic type move. There's no way they're not Mono Psychic type move. I can. I want to protect Thunderous and Bug Buzz Slowbro, but if they double Red Bombi, this is a bad position to be in. Okay. That's interesting. That's unfortunate. What mon am I most okay with sacking? Also, I get to see if they're a regenerator. I fully anticipate them to be oblivious, but if they're a regenerator, that is really good information to have. I kind of want to switch Lycanroc in this slot. Yeah, I'm going to switch Lycanroc in this slot and protect Ribombee. If they fake me out, then that gives me a free switch, and if they don't fake me out, then I can Accelerock and double into the Glastrier slot. Okay, no, they faked out the other slot. That's interesting. Oh, they forfeited really early. I don't think that game was over for sure. Okay. They didn't give me any information on Glastrier. That might mean it's Assault Vest. I definitely think they forfeited that preemptively, which makes me think they want to conceal information. If they were trying to conceal information, it's most likely about the Glastrier. It's very unlikely I would have KO'd it with a double up if it's max HP, let alone if it's Assault Vest, so I wonder why that was information they were so worried about. The Fake Out there is a really interesting play, because Ribombee does have Shield Dust, so it's immune to the secondary impact of Fake Out. I really want to lead Ribombee this time. I'm tempted to lead it with Surfetched. Okay, I know the Hitmontop set has Assault Vest, but I know that they are not Assault Vest. So I'm threatening an Oko. Okay. I can't really lead Ribombee and Surfetched this time. You too. I wonder how they are going to adapt this time. If I'm super lucky, they lead like Reuniclus and Porygon 2, and I can just KO both of them. Though if they ally switch, which I'm pretty sure all three of their Pokemon, all three of their Trick Room setters learn ally switch. I know Porygon definitely does. I'm fairly certain Slowbro and Reuniclus do. I can check, I believe. I believe this dock has ally switch. Should control that. Okay, Slowbro does not. Okay. Yeah, I do think it's Surfetched, and then... Like, I didn't even reveal anything on Thundurus, right? I clicked Protect once. Okay, wow. They did not get a lot of information out of that series, and that's a fully resolved their own decision. Okay, I don't think I need to make any big decisions, so I'm just going to go Thundurus and Lycanroc again. I could actually lead Pumpkaboo. I could lead Pumpkaboo next to Ribombee. Neither of them can be faked out, and I can KO him on top. I mean, they would need a lot of Spadef. What moves do they click? They Mark Punched Thundurus, and they did 17, or they did 16.9 rather. Okay, that's not showing max attack. I think I can adapt to that next game. I'm fine with adapting to that next game. So I want to Bug Buzz Reuniclus and CC Electabuzz. A good first impression. But I want to... This, because the Electabuzz does not learn CC, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and then CC Electabuzz. Okay, interesting. Let's see what Electabuzz went for. Okay. That does give me information, I just have to actually remember to use it. So I'm just going to Bug Buzz the Electabuzz and CC the Porygon. I never lose as a result of them getting 2 screens up, I don't think. Or do I? If I was dazzling playing. Okay, so if I ally switch and they switch reflect, set reflect up, and then what do they bring in that I'm worried about? Because they made that switch really quickly. GG's? Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna bug buzz and then close combat. I think they made some really confusing plays. Like, I have no idea what's happening. I'm so confused. I remember last game they switched Redoclus on a bug buzz, and that was very confusing. I don't know if they're baiting me right now. If they forfeit, I will be extraordinarily confused. Okay. Isn't this a 2 KO? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go for it if I don't have to, but... Okay. GG. Yeah, okay, that was... I don't... So, I think a lesson to take away from this, friends, is don't forfeit this early. What the hell? They still have, like, their entire team left. Also, maybe don't switch Redoclus quite as proactively. Yeah, I think my opponent definitely forfeited both of those games far too quickly. You have 2 bug resists. So my opponents just said in chat that they did not expect Rebombi. They have 2 bug resists. Yeah, okay. They didn't think it. Right, but there was only one position, one turn they had in TR, so they're saying they didn't think it would be that good into Trick Room. But there was only one turn they had where they were actually, like, even threatening Trick Room. And they said, oh, I expected that if I set up a Trick Room, it would just die. It did not game one. My opponent said the right thing. I'm just screenshotting it. I'm gonna upload it to the server so that you can take every word I say to heart and soul. Positioning. It's all about positioning. My opponent understands. My opponent believes. In about 45 minutes after this video after I finish recording this, right, for now, my time, another video is coming out, which explains us breaking down is the Doctor and I breaking down how we anticipate each game to go. Honestly, I certainly didn't expect mine to go this well. I really think my opponent forfeited overzealously in both of these games. Like, at least let me get some kills for differential or something. I mean, yeah, I'm here trying to make Rabombi kill leader. It needs to beat out all the Ninetales, you know. Okay, my opponent has sent me their paste. I'm just gonna look at it quickly. Drill run, interesting. No protect. Triple axle, I think was really obvious. No CC, no CC. No CC on him on top is very interesting. They were Ice Beam. I was hoping they wouldn't be. I was absolutely hoping they wouldn't be. Yeah, I was pretty sure they were going to be Ice Beam. I thought they might be Ice Beam T-Bolt. Protect is really interesting. Almost seems aggressive in this matchup. Mono Psychic feels really aggressive. I had Sharpedo until like literally last minute with Thunderous. They are Trace, which means that there was no way that Porygon 2 was ever breaking the sub after an Eerie Impulse, because that even stopped like a bits of attack invest Porygon 2. They felt the priority moves were more important. But why draw? You don't beat Quill with it anyways. he forgot. Okay. My opponent forgot why he was drawing. Ain't no Intimidate did not wind up costing them because I never got to actually do anything. Not like drawing doesn't beat Quill. Because I need to Oko really to beat Quill. They only had one, like they did not bring a single poison resist to this thing, so Quill was interesting. But you know, for all my opponent knows, I had Quillfish. It's like I was Quillfish Pumpkaboo in the back here. Obviously by now they know differently, but like, you know, in testing it never came up, so I never changed it. My opponent did testing, like mock games. I did not do a single mock game. I think my opponent's brain may have been broken by getting mocks from people who didn't really anticipate my building style well. It's interesting because I know my opponent watched at least some of my videos in apprehension for this game, and I am surprised that he never came to the opinion that I might run Rumbombi into a Trick Room matchup. Yeah, I mean my team's bread and butter is positioning. I brought two mons that don't care as much about positioning, Thunderous and Quillfish. I just realized I forgot to put the nickname on Thunderous. It's Epic Lloyd. I changed it super last minute, so last minute I forgot to put a nickname on it. In testing there were no... I was like, who did you test with? Who did you test with? Because I think they must have ruined for me. Alright, sorry. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment down below anticipating how you expect that we'll go into the finals. Oh god, I'm playing, what is it, Tay against, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm really struggling. I have a cheat sheet because I use this to same darts. So if I'm rematching Tay, please leave a comment down below about how I may wind up beating Tay, who didn't even lose a single game to my best of one strat. That matchup is so much scarier, and this matchup, like this matchup is terrifying. These mons, I mean, it was Sash. I did know that. I hit it with CC and it lived. Yeah. Were they Vital Spirit? No, they were Static. Okay, so I mean, I did hack them, you know. Yo, what min speed on any of them ones? Speed invested slower. No. Oh, okay, so this was apparently meant to stop Surfetch. It was Rioclus and Electabuzz was supposed to stop Surfetch. But it dies. But it dies the first impression. The reason this confuses me, this is high horsepower, so it's not outgoing right on aggro. I had this really elaborate set I was interested in, which was okay, 68 HP, 188 defense. Okay, let's see. Let's test the thing. I can believe it. 68, 188 defense with Quiet Nature. Quiet Nature is special attack boosting. Okay, no, they always live. That is true. That is true. They always live. Okay, interesting. Wait, did it even have Trick Room? No, it didn't. I get it was relatively fast as well. And -2, am I slower than it? Because they're quiet, which is still minus speed. No, I'm faster than by 1 point. Also, Rayun was still slower than Rayun was still slower than. Oh, true. Sorry, I just realized I've only just now changed the nature. Nature was wrong. Sorry. A 44% chance to Oko anyways, and knock. Rune was still slower than Parrot, Surfetched. And I mean, this is the knock roll, right? And this is the knock roll. So yeah, I think my opponent's prep did not make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, apparently they were planning on Thunder Waving my Surfetched. But sorry, the reason this is confusing is that this Glastrier speed is speed tying Runeserver's aggro, as set with Iron Ball aggro, which was 1 point slow, and Arena Plus and Slowbro are the same base speed, so I expect them to run speeds more around that so they weren't always underspeeded. They expect me to have any speed investment. That's interesting. Okay. My opponent did not expect me to have any speed investment or Surfetched. I mean, I didn't like removing as much as I had. I was originally closer to 100 speed. I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, I had basically every single one on teams. It was just about thing and rolls. I was always 100% of the time Lycanroc Surfetched. Whack. I had speed for P2, I think. Dude, they thought I wouldn't run speed for max speed Electabuzz. Bulk is going to matter less if Buzz gets free hits. Yeah, I did prepare a bit for a faster variant of their team. I think the doctor recommended like Scarf Electabuzz with a triple axle hit on top as like an anti-thunderous tech. I think I'd already made my Bombi and Lycanroc faster than Electabuzz at that point, but you know, yeah, why not? My opponent says fair, but I don't think you'd run speed for Electabuzz. I don't really see why not. Anyways, sorry, I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Next match, most likely against Tay, though it's possible it's against Darts. So don't anticipate me getting a trophy in either situation, in all honesty. But thank you guys for watching. This has been an amazing season. I've had a lot of fun.